Well, I got something to tell y'all. Y'all is not going to believe this. Let me tell y'all something. Why does everything got to fuck up with me? Why do everything has to be a fuck up? Like, I mean, fuck up. So, don't pass this in my face. I'm stressed, depressed, and I'm breaking out. So, it's a rumor been going around for the last 2 days, but I ain't want to say nothing about them shutting the hotel down. I never told nobody the name of the hotel, so I am not finna say the name of the hotel. But they claim it been a rumor going around for the last 2 days they're going to shut down. Now their actually is shutting us down tomorrow. So we supposed to find somewhere to go. And I'm laughing because it's funny. They supposed to find somewhere to go. But they don't want us to leave, but they supposed to come tomorrow to shut us down, to put us out. But they don't want us, the owner don't want us to leave. And he want us to stand up to them because they want to shut us down. So yeah, now I gotta find us another hotel to go to. So yeah, good luck to me. They're not giving us our money back. She's holding the door, won't let us in there. She's not. They're not giving our deposit, our money, or anything to us. This is bullshit. You supposed to.
They didn't even tell the people that asked the receipts, the people that paid the money for the rooms, they told our children first.
The Union Gospel Mission is preparing to serve the residents who will be displaced today. Volunteers are putting together sack lunches and toiletry kits to hand out and help too. Reporting live in the studio, Elise Zwick, Local 3 News. Individuals living there. Residents say they learned the building was closing from their children after social workers told the kids at school. Joe Curtis, the general manager of the hotel, says he wasn't told the building was closing until the day was almost over.
Remain about the process in which those occupants were removed from their room.
News 12's Nick Hill takes a deeper look into the injunction and the legality of Cody Wamp's order.
Hamilton County District Attorney Cody Wamp pursued a petition for abatement of a nuisance. This action is allowed underneath Tennessee State Code 29-3-101. This statute allows for establishments that are considered a nuisance to have their property taken. A nuisance, according to the state code, is a combination of numerous offenses.
I was there when they told that truck. He filled his truck up with ice.
Filed by Wamp. Eastridge Police and Fire, along with Hamilton County EMS, responded to the Budgetel Motel a combined 2,139 times over a period of 3 years.
The resources that it's taking just to monitor because of the criminal activity is unsustainable.
Many of these calls have included assaults, juvenile delinquency, and illicit drug activity. They say overdose calls are common, with there being at least 8 overdoses with 2 fatalities occurring this year at the property. The petition also details criminal activity by staff, including overbilling, narcotic transactions, and thefted property from rooms. The petition sums up its argument by stating that all of these factors combined in the opinion of Wamp caused the motel to be a nuisance for Eastridge and Hamilton County.
This hotel is the exact reason why that statute exists. And if we're going to protect this community and if we're going to be proactive about crime and law and order, it starts with crime hubs like the Budgetel.
This case will be heard in criminal court, whose first hearing is scheduled for Monday. If the order of abatement is upheld by the court, the motel would be permanently shut down. If you want to take a look at the petition for abatement yourself, a copy of the document is on our website at WDEF.com. In Eastridge, Nick Hill, News 12.
The former Speaker of the Georgia
Hey TikTok friends, there was something horrible that happened yesterday to hundreds of people, including at least 60 kids and several elderly adults. There is a hotel named Budgetel Inn and Suites. It sits right off the interstate at I-75 and Eastridge exit. You can see it from the interstate. So yesterday, families were told that they had less than 24 hours to get out and find a new place to live. Now, the caveat to this is no one gave them a formal notice. They were informed through the school district, who called to tell them that they needed to find other places for their children to go to school because they would no longer be in the school district. So this all stems from an incident that happened a few weeks ago where a Eastridge police officer was in the parking lot of this hotel. A man who said he was with the hotel told him that he could not be there. He's absolutely right. Police cannot be on private property unless they have a warrant or they have been invited to the premises, neither of which was the case for this particular police officer. So this police officer went and told his superiors, who went to Cody Wamp, Bimbo Cody Wamp, I might add, who is the new Hamilton County district attorney. And she enacted the Nuisance and Abatement Act of Tennessee. She went to Judge Boyd Patterson with a bunch of information. We're still trying to gather if it was actually real information or fabricated information. And I'm kind of leaning towards the fabricated part. To get him to do a temporary injunction, which made hundreds of people be homeless. They had less than 24 hours. It is the coldest week of the year so far this year. The week before Thanksgiving, many of these people have already paid a month in advance to be at this particular lodging, and now they've lost their money. They don't have any money to go find. They don't have enough money to put down deposits and everything else for their families. This is absurd that this is happening here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now, they're citing that it was a nuisance, that it was this, that it was that. Okay, if that's the case, then why was something done months ago instead of waiting until one of the Eastridge officers got his feelings hurt by being presented with the truth? like and follow for part 2. So this is part 2 of the Eastridge Budgetel fiasco. So as I said in part 1, hundreds of people were displaced yesterday without warning because Cody Womp decided to pretend like she's big and bad since she's the new district attorney, and violated hundreds of people's civil rights as well as their constitutional rights. So I think part of what this stems from is greed. This property is in a valuable location. It is surrounded, it's in very close proximity of the new Red Wolves pro soccer facility that was ramrodded through the Eastridge city government as well as the Hamilton County Commission to build this huge area. The Eastridge residents were not in favor of this. It's going to create lots of flooding problems, which they already had a lot of flooding problems in that area, but yet it was ramrodded through because the good old boy system at work. And this hotel would be a perfect acquisition to add to this new development. So I really think that it's related to greed and wanting to get their money-grubbing hands on another piece of property so that they can push it down the citizens' throats and do what they want to do regardless of what their citizens and their constituents want to happen in that area. But regardless, the way it was handled was wrong. I have filed a complaint with the Civil Rights Division of the United States, or the Federal Department of Justice. I have called Judge Patterson. I have emailed Brian Williams, who is the mayor of Eastridge. I have emailed Mike Chauncey, who is the commissioner for District 8, as well as the vice mayor of Eastridge. I have called Cody Womp's office. So my next step is to report them to the State Attorney General's Office of Tennessee. I will put all of their phone numbers in the comments. It's time that we stand up, that we let government officials know that we're not going to let you run over our rights. Rights matter. Laws matter. You can't decide just because you get ticked off and somebody's feelings gets hurt that you'll start fabricating a bunch of crap just to get your way. It's time to stop. It's time to stand up. It's time to rise up. It's time to fight for what our country is all about and to protect our rights against greed.
Liam?
Yeah, David, and a lot of the initial frustration and anger over this has now turned to sadness and just being afraid about what comes next. A lot of them tell me they wish they got more time to pack up and leave. A lot of them tell me that they only found out about this the day it was happening, and now they say they just need some help.
I got to suck up my pride and just drop it and do what I got to do to take care of my family.
Tim Smith tells us he feels desperate now to try to get new long-term housing. He was one of hundreds evicted from the Budgetel Inn & Suites in Eastridge Wednesday. He told us he paid for a week more than he got.
The owner still owes us $600. There's people going in there Tuesday morning and paying for 2 weeks to a month at a time. And if he knew this was happening, why'd he take those people's money?
He lived there for almost a year with his girlfriend and 6-year-old daughter, but was told Wednesday morning they had to leave by the end of the motel, including multiple overdoses. She petitioned for a court order to declare the motel a nuisance.
Such 4 hours? I mean, who can find a place in 4 hours?
Daniel Whitehorn lived at the motel for about a month with his dog. He says he was told about the eviction when he woke up at 8:30 at night to go to work.
All in all, it wasn't bad, I don't think, I didn't have issues, but I kept to myself.
Chattanooga ranks above average across the country for homelessness. It's estimated 4,000 people are homeless in the city. The school district says 75 Hamilton County students lived in the Budgetel.
We look to try to turn any instance like this into an opportunity to get people into more stable situations.
Sam Wolf is Chattanooga's director of homelessness. He says the city has helped relocate more than 150 people into new hotel rooms.
Every single person that requested a hotel room was able to get one, and again, that's due to the leadership of the Homeless Coalition stepping in.
But for Smith and Whitehorn, it's just another short-term solution.
There was nothing wrong with living at that hotel as long as I did. My child had a roof over their head.
People affected by these evictions are able to apply for permanent housing through the city of Chattanooga. To do that, you can call the United Way of Chattanooga's helpline. That number is 211. Reporting live from Eastridge tonight, Liam Collins, Local 3 News.
Thank you, Liam. The Chat Foundation Cold Weather Shelter is open tonight through Sunday night with freezing temperatures expected at night through the weekend. The shelter is on East 11th Street. To receive updates,
simply monitor on my phone, and I didn't have to prick.
I'm not relying on a finger stick.
A group is considering legal action against Hamilton County after the extended stay motel, the Budgetel, was closed and residents were forced to move out. Good evening. I'm Josh Rowe.
And I'm Kim Chapman-Whitfield. The Hamilton County DA's office cites criminal activity as its reason for closing the Budgetel. Court documents show there have been more than 1,400 emergency calls from the Budgetel in the past 3 years. But some residents are pointing out to us that not everyone affected by this eviction is a criminal.
News Channel 9 Sam Pena has more on the letter of the intervention they're sending to Hamilton County.
Hundreds of people used to call the Budgetel extended stay home until the DA's office shut it down, citing crime, drugs, and squalor. Now those who are living here are fighting to have their interests heard in a legal battle that currently doesn't include them.
These are all just numbers, that just random people, just people trying to be people.
Hundreds of names that Rebecca Revels is recruiting.
This is Rebecca Revels. We met the other day at the Budgetel.
In the 2 days since her mother Edith was evicted, Rebecca feels the residents of the Budgetel extended stay are collateral damage.
One person in a family commits a crime and they lock the whole family up for this situation. That's exactly how these people feel.
While the area is known for its high crime rate, for many families, it's their best option, prompting Rebecca to try and call all 700 residents evicted from the hotel one by one.
I'm going to give you the information for the lawyer
and ask them to sign a letter of intervention.
Cody Womp against the Budgetel.
In the injunction filed by Womp against the Budgetel, only the hotel is listed as a defendant.
None of the residents are named in this.
And with a successful motion, Rebecca and the over 80 residents she's recruited so far hope to be added onto the case as defendants. That would mean they could plead their individual cases in court with their own attorneys, an important step after Rebecca and the residents feel their voice has been taken away.
They've got a right to feel that way.
It's a decision supported by the Union Gospel Mission president, John Rector.
But nobody knew about it until Tuesday afternoon, from what I understand.
Who says the DA should have given residents and nonprofits more time to respond.
I'm sure the best intentions were had, but agencies should have been notified.
That time, Rebecca's main focus, as she says the county's swift action violated their rights.
All these papers were filed on the 14th, verified on the 15th, and everyone was homeless by the 16th.
Bonding together hundreds of families in a battle to save each other's homes.
You have to take care of your fellow neighbor.
And Rebecca says they've already filed the motion, and she's working with other nonprofits to try to find the names of the other 700 families who were evicted as they try to sign on before the scheduled court date of November 21st. Reporting in Eastridge, I'm Sam Pena, News Channel 9.
We will update you if legal action is taken by those former residents on our website, newschannel9.com.
The Dalton State men's soccer team
Several groups in our area work to make sure people have a happy Thanksgiving. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kim Chapman-Whitfield. Last week, residents of the extended stay motel, the Budgetel Inn, were kicked out. Well, today, Leslie Dominique learned how former residents were able to get a Thanksgiving meal. Leslie.
Kim, the Homeless Coalition and Silverdale Baptist Church prepared and served meals for former Budgetel residents. One mother tells me she is thankful for it because her children got some normalcy after losing their home.
It's very hard on my kids because we always had a home. Like, we never been through nothing like this before.
This Thanksgiving, a mother of four gathers boxes of food donated by the Homeless Coalition and Silverdale Baptist Church.
Just thank somebody did brought food for us and stuff, and we do got a roof over our head.
She says this holiday is bittersweet because she and her children are without a home. Last week, she was one of hundreds who were evicted from the Budgetel Inn in Eastridge. She would like to remain anonymous to protect herself from a previous abusive partner. She says the Budgetel was a safe haven for herself and her children.
I want to try to get them away from, having to think about how their mom and their dad or grandparents were put out, or they were put out with them.
Charles Greer of Smash Entertainment is partnering with Monifa Enterprise for a Thanksgiving giveaway. He says the event will be donating food, clothing, toys, and even bikes to attendees. Greer says it's the Budgetel children that he is most concerned for.
Because I know some children, when you think that they don't know anything, they're aware of a lot of things, and it also brings stress on them.
For the mother of 4, she says even without a home, she reminds her children that there is so much to be thankful for.
I just tell them this is just God just testing us and making us more stronger, and we're going to get through it.
The Thanksgiving weekend giveaway will be held on Lee Highway at venue 923. It'll be this Saturday from 12 p.m. to 4:30 p.m.